So hi friends, welcome to the daily answer writing challenge. So today I gave you this PYQ and I had asked you to do a structuring of the answer. Guys, we are learning answer writing, and in the last week we have learned how to write good introduction, and this week we are basically focusing on how to write a good body, how to structure the body of the answer. So let us read the question, and I have written this structure. I'll explain you the structure, guys, because structure is the most important part of the answer. So most of the unemployment in India is structural. Examine the methodology to compute unemployment in the country and suggest improvement. So if you see here, the first statement says most of the unemployment in India is structural. Okay. Then the question says that examine the methodology of computing unemployment in India and suggest improvement. So guys, whenever you will come across a term, which is not used in our daily life, always start the answer with defining that term. So first of all, define what is structural unemployment in the introduction. You can see define structural unemployment. Then what you have to do is that you have to give some facts and reason to justify that structural unemployment is the most important unemployment in India. This is the introduction, guys. Next, in the body, what you do, you can see the focus of the question is methodology of computing unemployment. So you will give a heading, methodology to compute unemployment, and then you will explain like the NSSO, the BLFS survey. Okay, you will explain the what is the methodology of computation of unemployment. Then you will give another heading, because the question is saying examine means you have to find out the problems or limitations of this method. Okay, so limitations of this methodology. What is the limitation of this methodology? Maybe that the informal sector is not included, maybe various kinds of employment is not included. Okay, so whatever is the limitation, you have to write the limitation, and then you have to give another heading, improvement needed. What kind of improvement? Because it suggests improvement. What improvement needed? One or two improvement you have to suggest, and then you have to give conclusion. You have to write that we need better method for real time information about unemployment, because unemployment is the biggest issue before the Indian economy. Like this you will conclude your answer. Okay, you can see here in this answer we have first introduction part. Second, in the body we have first subheading, which is method to compute unemployment. Next we have another subheading, limitations. Next we have another subheading, improvement. You can see three headings are there inside the body. And then we have to write a beautiful conclusion that why this is important to reform, why it is important to reform the computation of unemployment, why do we need right data. So this is how we have to write answer.